So why is it important to be self-aware, and what does that even mean? What is being self-aware? Aware of this. Now don't forget to subscribe to my channel to go on a journey with me, Ardell, where I capture the vision of my life in hopes to inspire you visionaries to do the same. Also, click the little bell right here to be notified the moment I upload another video every week. Ding! So, what is self-awareness anyway? Stay with me and I'm going to explain in great deets what it is and why it is importante. Self-awareness by definition is having a conscious knowledge of one's own character and feelings. Or as the late Debbie Ford so eloquently put it, being self-aware is having an honest look at your life without the attachment of it being right or wrong. Deep. So why is it even important to be self-aware? I found myself thinking about this question on my self-awareness journey, and what do the experts even say on this topic, and why is it important? Fact number one that I found that I absolutely loved is it helps you live a life that is more conscious as opposed to on autopilot. You have more compassion for yourself and for others, and it just brings a realness to and an authenticity to your life and a richness because you are living a life that is more intent and you have more grace on yourself and others. Now we got the why of being self-aware out of the way. Now we're going to be diving into the how of being self-aware. How to tip number one on being self-aware is to create more space for yourself, which I think this hits home for me because I have a really hard time, or I've found myself in the past having a really hard time of intentionally seeking out time for just myself. And some great ways of having time for just yourself is reading, writing, journaling, coloring, working on art, meditating, praying, deep breathing. You could do yoga if that's what you're into, doing like working out, exercising, going on long walks at the beach just with you and yourself and holding your hand together. But seriously, do things that are intentional for just you, yourself, and you, me, myself, and I. Try to make sure that it's calming so that you can really connect with you. That might seem really awkward at first. I know a lot of us have a hard time having alone time, but once you start finding really special moments alone, you start craving it, you start being more aware. So when you're with other people and certain things don't vibe with you because you're more in tune to who you are, you have a better sense of self-awareness on a conscious level. Tip number two, practicing mindfulness. Now this is something that, again, now that I found out what it is, it's been interesting because I don't think that I've done this prior, but intentionally practicing mindfulness has been an awesome muscle to maneuver and challenge. Practicing mindfulness is a mental state of focusing one's awareness on the present moment and the way you are feeling, both physically, mentally, in your body, without judgment. A lot of self-awareness is without judgment because the less you judge yourself, the less you're tempted to judge others, which is a beautiful thing. It just helps cause grace. Tip number three on being more self-aware is to be a better listener. Practice being a good listener, not just hearing the words that are coming in, but absorbing them in a non-judgmental way. But seriously, a non-judgmental way. Listening the way you would want to be heard, which is, in my mind, and I've heard it said before, almost the purest form of love. To love another person is to listen to them without trying to interject, put your thoughts in, but just with no judgment. Because the more you practice that, the less judgmental you will be on yourself, the more grace you'll have on yourself as well. I want to practice being a better listener, and I want to give that gift of love to listen to other people in their moments. And I think that it's just essential in the component of self-awareness. So that one, I definitely challenge all of us to be better listeners. What are some tips and tricks of the trade that you might have on how you focus on being a better listener and just sit and listen and really take in and echo back the questions and listen and give those but not forced, because you can't wait to say your piece, because we all can tell when someone's really not listening. Either their eyes avert, or right when you're finished talking, they just jump in and talk about themselves. It's hurtful, even though they've not even done it intentionally. So the more self-aware you are on that, the more you can give that gift to other people. And it's just, to me, such a beautiful thing. Last but not least, tip number 4. This one in my mind is the most painful because I am an HSP, a highly sensitive person. But tip number 4 is to ask others their honest opinion of you. Now, don't go asking the whole world. Make sure, don't go asking the world. Don't go asking the world. Just don't go asking people that you aren't really close to or people that don't know you that well. Ask your close-knit close friends, you know, the handful of people that you know you well and will give you an honest opinion without intentionally trying to hurt your feelings. Obviously, this is information that you can sit with and just really focus on, and it would be the best source of external information to help you grow internally. Because a lot of growth comes from the in out, but sometimes hearing an honest opinion of yourself, especially if you're braced for it, might prepare you to take it and go and use this healthy critique to grow yourself up and be honest with yourself, because you're self-aware at this point and you can grow forward that way. So that is my final piece. So now that we're more aware of being self-aware, I really hope you like this video and let me know what you think by giving it one big thumbs up. I already said to leave a comment in the section below of any of your thoughts and tips and tricks that you might have on how we can all work on being self-aware together. Thank you so much for watching, my fellow visionaries, and I will see you next video. Bye.